So recently, I have been feeling extremely sick and not up to my A game, and a lot of students I've coached have asked me the same question when it comes to CS. How do I find impact and value when I might be playing not at my best, when I'm feeling low, when I'm feeling sick, tired, whatever it is? How do I make sure I'm actually getting value when I have to play the game? Because, guys, one thing I've learned from Team CS is while, yes, you can take days off and there's some flexibility with that, sometimes you just have to play the game, even if you're not feeling the best, if you're feeling tired, you're running on low sleep. It's just how it's got to be. So today I'm going to teach you everything you need to do in order to find the most impact when you decide to be playing this game when you're not at your 100%. And don't be the dude in the comments down below saying, I never have an off day, I never don't feel 100%. You're completely lying to yourself, and you would be ZywOo if you were like that. And here's a little hint, guys, even ZywOo has off days. So I don't even want to see ZywOo commenting that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the video. So the first thing that you guys need to realize is when you are playing like bad, when you're not feeling good, when you're a little tired, groggy, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to play passive. You don't have to go run away and hide in a corner, and a lot of times it's actually going to be on the contrary to that. But what it does mean is I do want you to shy away when possible of being in those star position, star roles, right? So this is perfect if we're in pugs. We're not going to be calling window as an opera. We're not going to be calling con and cat. If we can, we're going to be the B jump spotter, right? It makes sense. If we can, don't play the most impactful star roles where you're going to be running around doing all this different stuff, and your frags, your KD matters a lot, because if we're tired, if we're slow, if we're not feeling good, then we're probably not going to be as fast reaction time. We're not going to be able to get those kills as easily. So we want to be playing in roles where we're more delaying on the extremities of the map, where it's a little more simple, right? As a B apps player, you just have to worry about this one lane, versus like a connector player. When the round explodes, like you've got to worry about like con, the window boost, helping A, doing all these things, right? Like there's so many different like layers that go into it. And don't get me wrong, there's no simple position in this game, but we might as well play the spots where there is less of those little branches that go out. So that's my first tip is for you, is to just give up the start positions. So that's what I do all the time when I was pugging and not really thinking I was playing on my A game, or thinking, hey, like today I just need to take a back seat and let some other people actually carry me and do that, and I'll do my best on the other side of the map. I'm going to give you specific tips on how we can improve off of that, but first let me give you a message from the sponsor of today's video.
Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code, KOJO. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description.
Obviously, if that's not possible, we're going to have to play our star role, and I'll get back to that and how we can actually find value, because I was an opper and there were so many days in my team CS where I was feeling not the best, but you kind of have to suck it up and just do your best to play for your team. But let's go ahead and talk about if we can just play in these positions. Now, I want you to be more utility centric than necessarily dual centric, right? You can still do your things where you're like sitting here and spotting like this. That's perfectly fine. I don't care if you're sick, tired, whatever. That is just a good spot to do. But obviously, as an anchor player, we are always trying to use our util to delay. So I'm running back here and I'm dropping my smoke and I'm just trying to isolate fights. That makes sense for me, right? I'm sitting bench, I'm sitting right here, I'm trying to hold the top of this or the run through, right? Whatever position you're playing on, whatever map, you are using utility as your way to delay, and you are trying to just buy time for your teammates to rotate in. This is not rocket science at all. This is not new information, but you need to be focusing on this super hard. And guys, let me quickly go to spawn. No matter where you're at, if you are feeling bad, if you are not having a good day of playing, of course, always, if there's an opportunity to drop your star players better guns, drop it to them. Drop them the M4 and get yourself like an MP9, or have them give you the MP9 or something. This is something I do when I notice there is really strong, talented players inside of my game, people that are I feel are much better than me or having a much better day. Of course, leverage that and give them the guns that are going to help you win the game. There's no need to have an ego, especially when you are performing pretty badly. So take that MP9, take those guns. And also, sorry, as I said, I'm pretty sick. As you can see too, one way we can get information and help our team out is by pushing. This info is everything. So I told you, we're not going to just play passive. If the round is going out, you know, things are happening in middle, things are happening around the map, we need a solution. Be the solution for your team. Say, hey, I will run through apps, somebody get behind me and trade. And you're just pushing through apps in the mid round and your teammate's behind you and you're just here getting info. And if he's there, you're going to try to kill him, obviously. But the point is to eventually push through if nobody's there, which a lot of times they aren't in pugs. And it's a pretty obvious read. In pugs, it's really obvious when someone's not going to be there. Because people pack up a lot. But now we have a flank, and guess what? We're feeling bad, we're feeling sick, we're feeling tired, but because now we're flanking behind people and we're shooting them in the back of the head, we could have the reaction time of Helen Keller and we're gonna kill them, right? Like, it doesn't matter who we are, we're gonna get that frag. So that's how you should be thinking about it, is not how can I take duels, how can I like give myself 50-50 fights, which now are no longer 50-50 because we're so tired, reaction time's so bad. Now they're like 40-60 or 35-65. But how can I get myself into very, very good positions where I can be flanking behind people, right? And that all comes down to getting that info with your teammates and being kind of that lead to that. So if you die, it's like, okay, cool, I died, but my teammate's right here to clean up, and they're not gonna expect two people pushing through. So put yourself in wrap positions where you can get behind and do that sort of thing. Now let's go ahead and bounce back to if we have to play our star position. I'm gonna give you guys my advice as an opper. Man, there's been so many times where I'm not feeling the best and I have to play, and this is where you've got to understand how to simplify the game. And again, this does not mean to play passive. This does not necessarily mean to run away and do that. If I have this front spawn, me simplifying things might be to come down here for the underpass pick. I'm down here, you know, and if I'm playing a really good team, I might have to like worry about a flash, but you know, say I'm just playing some noobs or something, I'll just sit here and post on this. Why is this simple? Because it is literally one hallway. It is a singular hallway here that they have to peek me from. And yes, of course, if the other team gets out mid, I do eventually have to worry about the mid peaks and stuff like that. And it can get kind of messy, but it at least helps me still go for an aggressive peek, but it's really easy. It's really simple. Another example is if like we get up into B apps here and I can start walking into B apps or just post, you could just post too, and go for maybe like a peek like this. Really easy, really basic thing that you can do. And it makes your life a lot simpler. Because when we're not feeling the best, when our reaction time's slow, I don't really want to see you guys going for like the cat jump here where you're trying to duel, you know, come out here and flash off everything and look like Monacy, do 360 no scope top mid. Like that's not the time and place for it, right? So, you know, you can still go for aggression, but make it really, really simple for yourself. Don't open the map up and force yourself to have to hit flicks, because I notice, especially as an opper, when I am feeling tired and slow, flicking feels so bad. Like it's like, oh dude, I feel like a grandpa trying to move my arm and flick like that. So make it so you're less flicky and it's a lot more simple. And like I said earlier, we're going to be very utility centric. Everything we're doing, we are doing with utility. We're doing with teammates as well. Of course, we're always trying to support our teammates, but you know, when I'm feeling a little more tired or groggy, I might be trying to do that even more. Or on retakes, guys. Retakes is a great example. And you know, you should be doing this too anyways on like normal games, but especially when we're feeling like this, it's like, hey guys, just follow me. I'm gonna run in, follow me, get the trades, right? And now the team knows you are running in, you're doing your thing, they're here to trade you. And maybe now I'm going crazy with not the intention of like hitting some crazy shot or doing something, but just getting my body in there so that my teammates can sit there and get the easiest frags of their life. This is a type of selflessness you have to be able to do when you're not feeling good. And also, guys, this is an opportunity for those of you in teams to maybe give some of your other players that opportunity to be the star in the round. Sometimes, like if you're not feeling it with the op, you're very slow, you're feeling tired. Dude, I mean, I don't understand why it's a bad thing to do this. It's like, guys, like, look, you know, this player, you're playing really well with the op this game. Go take the op this round. I'm going to go anchor B. Hey, cat player, can you go over here and boost me on these bricks? Come over here, he boosts you, and look at this. You're feeling slow, you're feeling tired, and now you have the easiest kills of your life if they try to walk out on you. And then your other teammates who are feeling juiced, they're feeling good, get to use the op for a round, and they feel so happy to play. Maybe not the most traditional advice I'm giving you, but that honestly should be the meta. That's how things should be. You know, we're all humans, we're not robots, and people are gonna vary day to day. I'm not saying you need to change your operas constantly, but you know, I've noticed it where one of my teammates is like farming with the op, and it's like, bro, like maybe use that this round too. Like you're feeling very flicky right now, so something to think about, guys. But appreciate all of you for watching this video. I'm gonna try to recover, do my best to get better for you guys, but appreciate all of you. Stay tuned. There's gonna be videos on my second channel being pumped out daily, and videos on this channel daily/every other 2 days. So stay tuned for that, guys. Appreciate all of you. Thanks for the support. Let's make 2025 the best year yet.